Okay, this is my third attempt to upload this, to go through this, to try and upload this video. And I just can't get it down to a reasonable length. Okay, so the first time I only read a few sentences, and I thought he was making actual claims that could be verified, and I was going to go Google point by point to verify that, you know, what he's saying, these truths that conservatives told are valid and legitimate. But I read through it, and I realized that all he's doing is just it's a chain of self-projections and fallacies, really, straw mans. And getting to the end of it, the bottom line is, and this kills the entire fucking reply, treat all of what the right-wing conservative party says as a gospel and support them. It will save you. The right are right, the left, they are wrong. Now, this is a problem here. He says all this while he gets the wrong there. It's they are, or they are. Dipshit. But this alone just, like I say, it kills the reply. It's dogmatic, and it's just outright bullshit. Okay, so this is obviously a reply to mine. I was asking what truths as he quotes this. Now, moving on here, let's get on with the reply. That the Democrats are racists. Now, a few problems here. He's generalizing the Democrats, and while he is so, I would never say that no Democrats are racist. I'm sure there are many, or at least some Democrats who are racist, but racism is more of a Republican thing. Now, I'm not going to generalize that either. I know that there are some Republicans who are not racist, but many of them are, from my observations. So that's the whole thing that's wrong with that. They use black people as a tool to gain more votes. Now, I don't know much about this, but maybe they do. I don't know. But even if he's right about this, the Republicans appeal to the fucking Christians for their votes. But that's all I can really say about that. So you want to point your fingers at, and that's the big problem I have with the tribalism that has become American politics, as it was previously just a power play, back and forth, a rivalry. The Republicans, which are really just provokers and instigators, all they have, aside from buzzwords and talking points, propaganda tactics, whatever, fallacies, they point their finger at the left and they just accuse. They don't correct anything, they don't refute anything, and that's all this guy's doing. Self-projection and just straw mans. Bullshit. They are liars that sell a narrative to benefit them, like the Rittenhouse case. Okay, so I don't know what he's doing here. I don't know what Ritten is. Now, obviously, he's talking about Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm aware of him, although I didn't really pay that much attention to his court case, or whatever you want to call it, which I think was just plain theatrics and nothing more. Just a shit show. And from what I've learned today, that Kyle traveled to another state to protect some private property for whatever reason, and he's become the Republicans' poster boy, I guess, the hero. Now, what I understood before, based on what little I did pay attention to, was that the judge is very corrupt, and he was in favor of Kyle when he's not supposed to be anything. He's supposed to be fucking neutral, as he represents Lady Justice. Somebody used the loophole of the vague Wisconsin bill, the law that talks about the age to carry the AR-15 or whatever the fuck that gun is called. Kyle being, I don't even know how old Kyle is. That's how little I know. But from what I have understood, they used that vague law as a loophole for the whole thing. But regardless, aside from all that, you didn't explain, okay, the liars that sell, they are liars that sell a narrative, sell a narrative to benefit them. Okay, what narrative would that be? You didn't explain that. And how does it benefit them? Nothing. See, that's all you're doing, just an accusation. The Trump is working for Putin lie. That Trump is working for the Putin lie that was spread by left-wing run news outlets and supported by left-wing politicians like Hillary Clinton. Now, okay, so you're saying that he's working for Putin is the lie. So what's the truth then? You didn't say that. You're just pointing out what you think. That's nothing. That's an accusation, not a truth. And Hillary Clinton, I don't think anybody likes her at this point. Very few people anyway. The left originate from the Confederacy. Okay, that's just what the fuck. No. Well, I don't know what you mean by originate from the Confederacy, but this is completely utter bullshit. I'm not, again, much like with this, I'm not saying that there are no lefties that are Confederate, but it's mostly a Republican thing, particularly MAGA or QAnon, whatever the fuck you want to call them assholes, which is what you probably identify with, the movement or group. So, self-projection here. Much like this, Democrats are the racists. And along with this thing. And have stood in the way of civil rights of minorities like black people, and the Republicans historically freed blacks from Democrat oppression. Like, I really don't know what to do with that. Even if that is true, the rest of this is garbage, and who cares about what happened in the past? What are the conservatives now? Even if this is true, that it's irrelevant because of what conservatives are today, and have been for the previous, few decades, or maybe, no. Okay, maybe 15 years since Obama took office, I don't know. But this is all irrelevant. Fought the American Civil War to, whatever. It doesn't matter now. Oh, yeah, I got a reply. Many more truths that the conservatives have said. Also, another thing, Trump has said over and over again that the Chinese communists. Okay, now a few problems here is that the Chinese. Well, I don't know anything. I don't know what communists. I don't know why you just had to include this word in there, but I doubt you even know what communism even is, or socialism for that matter. But Trump has said over and over again that the Chinese communists are our enemy. Now that probably is true, yes. So that's one point you do get. However, the problem is, and this actually dissolves that point, how has Trump been a fucking hero to America? How has he been a benefactor to America? China is responsible for COVID. What did Trump do about that fucking pandemic, asshole? And I bet you're one of those anti-mask and vaccine Karens. And they are. China bullies its neighbors. Nobody's arguing. Okay, so yes, so this is one truth that you have. But as for all this, whatever. I mean, it's not like Donald is anti-China. People have pointed out that, his MAGA hats. I don't know. I think maybe they were his MAGA hats were made in China. I don't know. They weren't American made though. So, still a moot point, a moot truth. But waste most of this reply going on about how they are. Like that's, you're just clinging on to that one. I don't know. It's promised to destroy America, blah blah blah. Exactly, blah blah blah. That's exactly, that sums this entire fucking reply up. So I think I'm pretty much done here. Yeah, nothing really more to say about it. I actually do want to go over the rest of the replies. I'll do that next.